Hey, this is Barbara Lorraine, and this is the Content Challenge from Gary V, Part 4. And it is all about podcasts. The story so far is I have videos posted, I have articles posted and in progress, and I've created a gazillion memes and GIFs, the purpose of which is to point to videos, articles, and ultimately podcasts. Inch by inch, everything's a cinch. Yard by yard, everything is hard. I felt very intimidated by podcasts because I never did it before, but one step at a time, we get it all done. In this video, we'll talk about why to podcast, what are the benefits, podcast production, hosting possibilities, and directories. In terms of production, I'm going to use Zoom. It's an audio, it's a podcast, so you don't have to do hair and makeup. You don't have to check your background and make sure that everything is straight and looking good, and it's free. I'm going to be hosting with buzzsprout. It's a top-rated platform. It's free hosting for the first 3 months while I figure it out, or if it suits my needs, it can be free forever. They have good customer support, and what I really like, they have lots of educational videos. Free is always in the budget. Why podcast? It's engaging with your audience. Listeners get the next podcast automatically. They don't have to subscribe like on YouTube or join you like on Facebook. It's automatic. They get your next podcast. There's a growing listener audience for podcasts. Think of all the smart devices that are in people's houses. A lot of people have more than one where they can just say, for example, Alexa, give me this podcast. And Google is committed to podcasts, so they're really pushing the idea. If they're pushing podcasts, hey, Google is pushing me. 1. What are your podcasting goals? Build your audience and community, or to get leads. Be seen as a recognized leader in your industry. To share an important message. It's not for you to become rich or famous. Ask yourself, how can you make your podcast better and different than others? Google searches for podcast titles, authors, and descriptions. So include keywords in all of those elements. 2, what format should your podcast be in? Nonfiction series, interviews. You can recap others' content like with a news show, provide educational information, or provide scripted fiction. How long should your podcast be? It should be as long as necessary to complete its purpose. Often, podcasts are from 15 to 60 minutes long. And how often should you post? Whatever works for you and your audience, as long as it's on a regular, consistent basis. It's always best to start at the beginning and then follow the yellow brick road. As I begin podcasting, I'll probably have 4 or 5 segments ready to go before I start posting, because once you start, you're committed. 3, gear and software. Now, because of previous projects, I have a professional mic and software already, but I will record and produce with Zoom. And I'll use earbuds instead of headphones. I am on the Keep It Simple Sweetie plan. How to record. Make an outline. List 3 main points. Be organized. Tell them what you're going to tell them. Then tell them what you told them. For better audio recording, muffle the sound around you. Hey, it can be a good idea to actually do your recording in a walk-in closet. Seriously. Make sure you hit the record button. Editing. Prepare and practice your podcast so editing is unnecessary. Really. When you go on live radio or TV, they don't edit. What you say is it. Find that motivating. Prepare and practice. That'll take you way less time than having to edit afterwards. What directories require? Artwork as shown on the left here. In PNG, make it 3,000 by 3,000 pixels. Hey, you don't have to do it that way, but a directory does not have to accept your listing either. Make a description of your show and show notes per show so people know which each segment is about. Categories, up to 3 is allowed, 1 is fine, but also have subcategories. Some of the podcast directories are Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, which puts you on Alexa, Pandora, Listen Notes, and iHeartRadio. Which directories are best for your brand? Well, ask yourself, where is your audience? And then for the directory, who is their audience? Look for a match there. Discover uploading methods and requirements. And on Buzzsprout, which I'm going to use for my hosting, for many of these directories, you can just click a button. Easy peasy. In this video, we talked about why to podcast, podcast production, hosting, and directories. This has been the Content Challenge with Gary V, Part 4. And in this one, I talked all about podcasts. If you like this video, you know what to do. Like and subscribe. In the next segment on Content Challenge Part 5, I'll be turning my attention to action, which is one of my favorite subjects. It's not just being busy, it's about doing the right stuff to produce results. I would be remiss if I did not make some acknowledgments. Rock Christopher at successcenter.com helps you build community. JoyBusinessJournal.com is a great place to post your websites. Special thanks to Gary V. Oh my gosh. His social media content deck, which is the starting point for my social media upgrade. Big thank you.